prove a gossip, for example, about Justin Bieber being a gay, if you only heard it from somebody? How can you know if your girl or boyfriend is cheating on you if your friend told you about it without a proof? How can you know for sure if somebody loves you? Will it be enough to hear the words, "I love you," from them every day? I think you're hearing lies. I believe in things once I've seen or read it from a reliable source. It is easier to understand a person if he shows what exactly he talks about. I'm sure we're all the same. Am I right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes, that's right. Your listeners will most likely do this.
and
If you show them something, or if you let them see exactly what you're talking about. Not only just by words, but with pictures, tables, graphs, and many more. Basically, these are called visual aids. And here are some of its advantages.
First of all, visual aids can make ideas clear and understandable. Let me give you a situation. Let's say you're a speaker and you're teaching men and women how, or rather, about cars. You're teaching them how to jumpstart a car. Your listeners can quickly grasp how to jumpstart a car if you show them drawings showing where to connect battery cables. Second, visual aids can also make a speech more interesting. Back in 2011, that was 2 years ago, I attended a national leadership training in Baguio, and one of the speakers there talked about putting God first in our hearts. He actually made a story out of tops. You know what tops are?
Yes.
Yes, that's cool. Um, his speech was so very, really, really good, and the crowd was all paying attention, and it was just very unforgettable. And the third one, visual aids can help people remember facts and details. Research shows that oral information alone is not as effective as oral information plus visuals. Imagine again you're a speaker and you're giving a speech to two different groups. To the first group, you only use words, and to the second group, you use words plus visuals. If the two groups are tested a week later, let's say a week, the second group would probably score high in comprehension. And the fourth one,
The fourth advantage is that visual aids can make long, complicated explanation unnecessary. In medical schools, professors use close-up slides and videotapes to teach surgical procedure. The visuals show exactly where and how to make an incision, sparing the professor from having to give a tedious verbal explanation. The fifth advantage is that visual aids can help prove a point. In an American court trial, if the prosecutor gives the jury a video surveillance in which the defendant is seen robbing a store, the jury can be easily convinced of the defendant's guilt, right?
Yes.
The next advantage is that visual aids can add to your credibility. Researchers have found that presenters who use visual aids is rated by listeners as more persuasive and credible than presenters who use no visual at all. But a note of warning, if the listeners thinks that the visual is poor, their confidence in the speakers decline. In other words, if you can't use a good visual, don't use any at all. And the seventh advantage is that visual aids enhance communication with people who speak English as a second language. As more and more audience includes professionals and business people from other countries, international students, immigrants, and others whose command of English is imperfect, visual aids has become a very crucial way to overcome the language limitation.
Visual aids can help people comprehend, grasp, and understand concepts, ideas, and procedures of things. Teachers, doctors, accountants, businessmen, and students can use these aids to do their task easier and better. It clearly creates benefits for the audience and the presenter. Visual aids can improve presentations by increasing clarity, by increasing interest, by increasing retention, and by increasing credibility.
Indeed, it supports one's presentation. Clarity, interest, retention, long explanation, proves the point, credibility and enhancement. Visual aids can surely help. It will not only help the presenters, but it will also help the audiences and listeners as well. John C. Maxwell once wrote in his book entitled Developing the Leader Within You that what they hear, they understand. And what they see, they believe. Thank you and good afternoon.